Talk about the nerdy crossover nobody expected, but secretly knew they wanted. I'm here, I'm ft.TstunningSpidey, and I'm going to talk about the impact Digimon has had in my life, so stay tuned.
Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. The Digivolution will not be stopped. Digimon roll, Digimon rock. Remember the Digi things I say, and Digi save the day. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon Guard Champions. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon Guard Champions. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon Guard Champions.
Digimon and its digital impact in my life. You know, it's funny. Spider-Man has been huge, has impacted me since I was 5 years old. Digimon impacted me back whenever I was 9 years old, when it first debuted in 1999 on Fox Kids. But actually, even before then, I remember going to a thrift store. My mom bought me the classic Digimon Tamagotchi that came out. I was so enamored by this little digital pet. And lo and behold, little would I know how much that little toy would impact my passion.
So let the fight begin! And may the best beast win.
Prepare to Digimon. Prepare to Digimon.
The fight goes on and on.
Prepare to Digimon.
Digimon, the battling digital monster, each so separately from Bandai.
So when the anime hit, it was a huge sensation. It's actually interesting because I always was more of a Digimon person than a Pokemon person. I loved Pokemon, don't get me wrong. Charizard was my boy. But Digimon's story was so compelling, especially for them just being kids, just transported into this whole world, and they had to learn all these moral issues by themselves. It was surreal, and it gave a lot of life lessons that, at an early age, much like Spider-Man, with the great power comes great responsibility, and him having the strife and living a normal life and the struggles that come with it. These kids in summer camp in the summer, getting your digital pets and having to save the world, did the exact same thing on an impressionable mind such as myself at that time. So it really was such a powerful show. I highly recommend people check out Digimon Adventure Season 1 and Season 2 and Season 3. Season 3 was amazing, even though it doesn't really correlate with the original season. Phenomenally done. Or not, back when I was 14, so in 2004 I actually used to create manga, and as you see, this is a Digimon based manga I created called Digimon EXO. It was a very very typical shonen style setup, but it was so fun to do. Drawing Spider-Man even then, just showing how this passion ran so deep with me even back then in my youth. You know, I've always had an affinity for dinosaurs when I was young, even now to this day. So naturally, growing up, when I was watching Digimon, my favorite was, of course, Agumon and his whole dinosaur-based Greymon evolution, eventually leading into this bad boy here, the Dragonkin himself, War Greymon. Hands down, my favorite Digimon of all time. Loved Black War Greymon as well, and all the different variants that kind of came with it. War Greymon was just such a badass character and design. He was a dragon warrior Digimon. He was the mega level form of Agumon, the little tiny dinosaur that would warp up into this warrior clad in armor. It would take down all the Draymon Digimon. It was just such a badass design look. They really nailed it out the park with this character. He was basically the Goku of Season 1, Season 2, alongside Magna Angemon, but he just has that Goku treatment within the franchise. He's definitely a textbook Digimon character that has stood the test of time within the franchise. Even in the Digimon card game, Black War Greymon and War Greymon are the main archetypes that I like to run with my decks. He's just such a favorite character of mine. I remember all the nights of my youth slaving away playing the Digimon World 1, 2, and 3 games. It was, especially 2, that game was such a grinding, just domain crawler. It was so annoying. But you just, DNA Digivolving and you evolving your guys up for your team was worth it to a degree, but Digimon World 3 was phenomenal. The best game, in my opinion, when it came to Digimon was definitely a Cyber Sleuth. Hacker's Memory. Cyber Sleuth holds such a strong, fond spot in my heart. It was so good, and it was actually one of the more recent games I played within like the last 5 years or so. Just as a Digimon franchise, it just did everything right that a lot of the later games after the World games, especially 3, they kind of failed to capitalize on, but Cyber Sleuth really upped the ante and the passion of people that used to like Digimon and were brought back into it. And it kind of was, for me at least, a snowball effect of playing Cyber Sleuth, falling back in love with Digimon, and eventually leading me into the trading card game once I kind of got tired of Yu-Gi-Oh! And all the degeneracy that kind of comes with that. So it was just a cool little transition. So definitely pick this game up if you have not tried it before and you're a Digimon fan. So good. So good. Definitely recommend. Hands down, my all-time favorite Digimon anime movie moment. It's a 2-of, and it all comes from the same movie from our war game that was kind of compiled back in 1999-2000. And it's the scene with Tai and Karya's kids, and Greymon's getting beat down by Parrotmon, and everything's lost, and you see Tai blowing the whistle to wake up Greymon, and it's just such a surreal, powerful moment.
Come on, Tai. Go for it. Nova Flame!
And of course, number 2 is definitely the birth of Omegamon or Omnimon whenever, War Greymon and Metal Garurumon fused together for the first time to take down Diaboromon.
They need your help. You're the only one who can do it. Feel their hope. Feel their strength.
I feel them.
War Greymon. Part Metal Garurumon. They digivolved together to become
Omnimon! Transcendent Sword!
Hurry!
Supreme Cannon!
Especially as of late, I've been loving the new revamped 2020 Digimon trading card game. It really replaced Yu-Gi-Oh! For me, which I got back into during the pandemic, and then Digimon came around and it just won me over. I mean, it just reignited that love of Digimon once again for me, and competitive card games. It's just such a well-made setup. I've been having a blast doing this whole hybrid combination of course, my Spider-Man content, but also the Digimon passion stuff as well, with the matches, the card game matches, and the deck profiles. And it's always so flattering to know that you guys are all still sticking right with me, and even interested in these new Digimon content. And it's just, just mixing both worlds, and just making content here, and just being well-rounded as a content creator, and showing things that I love so much, and potentially making it so you guys can love it as well. thanks again for listening to me talking about, this whole passionate side and impact that Digimon has had in my life, and just giving you an idea of like where my head's at kinda, and just why I've been making Digimon content recently, and just being very appreciative of it, and hopefully it might inspire you to check out Digimon and see what all the hubbub's about. Again, thank you so much for listening to me, watching the video. I'd appreciate a like, a comment. It goes a long way with me, and hearing your feedback on what you thought of the video and maybe how Digimon has impacted your life. Who are your favorite Digimon? Sound off in the comments down below, and as always, take care everybody, keep flipping, and I'll see you in the digital world. Digimon,